Volunteer Week just might be the best place to start. Joining us from Volunteer Toronto is Deborah Gardner to show us how we can really make a difference in this city, this province, and this country. Good to see you.
Morning, Ann.
What do we think about today? It's the start of Volunteer Week. What should we keep in mind?
Well, I think that we can keep in mind that we can make a difference. An hour a week can make a difference in someone's life as a volunteer. So if you think about that, that's only about 10 minutes a day you've got to save up to help your community.
How important is volunteering when you talk about the way business is conducted, when you think about organizations that truly depend on the support of volunteers like hospitals? How important is it?
It's very important. There are over 12 million Canadians who volunteer, and that was reported in the summer. I think it's more. I think it's probably close to 15 million people who are making a difference every day in their communities.
Give me an example of some of the variety of things that you can do. You know, you think about volunteering at a hospital.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that comes to mind immediately, but there's some real interesting opportunities that might help kind of flesh out your resume in time.
Oh, it's great. I say to people, if you want to think about volunteering, think about a passion that you have. And identify that passion, and an agency somewhere in the city and somewhere in your community will probably be doing something related to that passion.
What are some of the things that you've heard from volunteers who are now happy wherever they are volunteering that has just changed their lives?
Well, inevitably volunteers will say they get so much out of it, much more than whom they're giving their services to. So you could be tutoring a person for 1 hour a week. You could be helping someone in hospice. That's probably at the forefront of a lot of people's minds with the recent death of June Callwood.
Yeah.
4 hours a week really helps a family dealing with someone who wants to be at home. Or you could just, if you've got a free Saturday, go to the food bank. Yeah. Or go to a park and pick up some trash. There's all sorts of things that people can be doing.
And as I mentioned, you know, for a young person or for somebody who's young at heart, it's a great way to expand your own horizons, but also if you are thinking about moving into a different type of business, this is a really good way to get your feet wet and make a difference too.
You're right, and the way you can also make a difference is by thinking about what you would like to be doing, like you say, perhaps a career change, and the networks that you develop. Not that you'll get a job where you're volunteering, but the people you meet, because you don't know who the person beside you is and what they're doing and their network. So it's great.
But the people beside you, you know, are great folks because they're taking the time to volunteer.
And you already have something in common.
Yep, absolutely. What are you looking for? I mean, as far as the need is concerned, what's greatest in this city?
Well, right now, we're looking for people who are prepared to volunteer as drivers. During Volunteer Week, we're doing a drive for drivers. And that's important. So if people have a few hours free and are willing to drive, then it means they can take someone to perhaps to chemotherapy or to physical therapy or something like that, or Meals on Wheels for someone who's shut in and is not able to go out and get food. And since we're almost at Earth Day, there's also Meals on Wheels on your bike.
That's a smart way to do it.
You could drive on your bike. So there's lots of opportunity. The voluntary sector is on the cutting edge often and trying to think of innovative ways to support people in the community.
We see a lot of baby boomers thinking of now about retiring. I'm not sure if that word really fits into our psyche, but it's a great way also to think about staying busy, staying vibrant, staying active when you decide to call the 9 to 5 quits.
That's right. And we find a lot of people, baby boomers, and I'm one, but retirement's a little far away from me at the moment.
You're at the last of the boomers to start.
But a lot of people will be working part-time, sort of as consultants in the field where they did develop expertise, and then also share that expertise in the community.
Can you put a dollar figure to what the volunteers do? I don't know if you can do it in the city, the province, or the country, but...
Well, nationally, the nonprofit sector and the voluntary sector represents over 8% of the gross national product.
Wow.
So we're bigger than the auto industry.
So wow, that's astonishing.
I know.
If people want to find out about volunteer opportunities, where do they go? What do they do?
Well, if you're in Toronto, Volunteer Toronto is the place to be. We act as a referral center, sort of a matchmaker for your interest to agencies. We have over 400 member agencies that are looking for volunteers on our website, and I think you'll have the listing.
There it is, just like magic.
There you go. On the website, there's over 10,000 possible places and opportunities for you to volunteer. So there's no question that there's something out there that you'd be interested in, and I'm sure you'd be able to do.
Well done, Deborah. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Thank you very much, Ann.
Take care. You're watching CP24. Coming up, the top stories making Toronto's news with David Onley.